want to get the attention of the appropriate person, just at their name. But guys, please, let's just hashtag. I'm going to go ahead and do so you guys can see how to do the hashtag in case you guys don't know how to do it. So yeah, just 1 second. Okay, just bear with me. You saw everything, okay? Arrest all the Darusha, Adura, Mohbad. Arrest all of those people, okay? That's what Baba needs to do, okay? I am proud that Baba's brother, Mr. Muinwa, came out and finally he's speaking up, and it's war. There's no kumbaya. There's no trying to be civil no more. No, they need to arrest. Arrest is needed. Okay, there's too many evidence. Okay, there's too many evidence. Okay, and when women get arrested, before you know it, she'll start panicking. Before you know it, she'll start talking about people linking this and that, and then here comes Naramali, here comes Sam Larry, all those people will start to come out because that's just how it is. When you start nailing people, and people will, want to defend themselves, defend their name and defend, the character. So I do think that, arresting with me, I think that's the solution now, is to arrest a girl. Yeah, and it's also good that people in, in on Instagram are finally, opening their ears to actually listen, that Baba has been consistent, and Baba, grants an interview and talking. But then again, what can the man say? What can the man say? He said the same thing in the beginning, and it's been consistent. He said the same thing all over and all over again. The man has nothing else to say because it wasn't there. Because all he knew and what he was told and what he saw is what he has been saying, and not today, 9 months and counting. The so-called ex-girlfriend has not come out to tell us anything, because she cannot, because she's part of it. She's part of the conspiracy. She cannot come out to grant an interview. Instead, she's pushing Mohbad to say all this stuff, to say all this nonsense. She's never come out. We've never seen women come out and sit down and do a 4K, interview, and sit down, or go to like a news outlet and just talk about what happened. No, because it's just part of what happened. Because, and I know that the real person that we actually need to focus about is when we used to arrest her for, for sure, is to arrest her, because when that pressure is real, she's gonna break. And the girl is not going anywhere. It's not possible. Okay, she can't travel the country. She's attached to a homicide case. Is not possible. So all that nonsense is just is rubbish. It's false. It's all lies. You cannot. Okay, you can't go to a big country like America to think that you're gonna just go there. No, they'll ask you questions. Okay, and yeah, I'll keep saying it. We need to obviously apply pressure to the right departments, the right people, because again, nothing was done. Okay, when they exhumed Mohbad's body, they left his body there just to rot. That was what they wanted, and they thought that, oh, they looked at Nigeria as, oh, Nigeria is still so. They're so clueless. They don't know anything. They're still so used to the old mentality, because all Nigerians do, they will shout, 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 and then they'll be quiet. No, and they forget about us Nigerians who are in the diaspora. Okay, we're different. I'm sorry. We don't think like you Nigerians in Nigeria. We're different. We've been around. We've been among different ethnicity, different race. We've been around the white people. We walk around the white people. They're very big about their rights. The white people don't play with their rights. So now we now practice that as well. We practice that and we preach that, and that is what's hurting those people in Nigeria that they don't want justice. And I also feel like the government is also angry that we who live in the diaspora are influencing those in Nigeria. Okay, that's what we need to do. We need to influence them, that you can talk. Even though you don't have anything, you still have your rights. Okay, there are questions you can ask. You have your rights, and I think we need to do that. We need to keep pushing and keep influencing people in Nigeria that you can. And those who don't want to listen, that is their own choice. But those that do want to listen, we are more than those who want to listen, and it shows, because the pressure is real. And yeah, so we just keep talking about it, and pushing out the right narrative as usual. We're not giving up. It's war. Justice is not easy. It's not overnight. Justice takes 2 to 3 years. It really does take, even in the UK, US, Canada, whatever. It takes such a long time, and I'm praying that those among the 11 people are gonna come out, because once the money starts to run low, people will come out. People will start to come out. Okay, and I know that we want to get justice in our own time, but that's not how it works, because God's timing is the best timing. God's timing is the best timing. So I need you guys again, everyone, please, in the comment section, hashtag justice for Mohbad. And if you guys are on TikTok, please tell them that we're here and we're having this conversation, because we need to be active on X as well, not just TikTok. We need to be active on X as well. So that is my submission. And if anyone wants to say anything, please request and also unmute your mic as well. And let's have this conversation.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Isaiah, for that. I think Oladimiji, are you there, please? Mr. Oladimiji, are you there? Fisai, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, maybe Oladimiji is not. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't think he's there.
Oluwadami Lola, are you there? Can you please unmute your
Yeah,
mic?
hello, I'm here.
Yeah. Okay, welcome on board.
Yeah.
Justice for
So
Mohbad.
actually, I'm on the road.
Okay,
I'm in a public bus. So I
transport.
don't know how clear you can hear me. Can you hear me clearly?
We can manage.
Okay. Yeah, this is my suggestion here. I
Okay.
think it is high time we attend to this justice for Mohbad politically. Yes,
Okay.
because if we don't attend to it politically, there's no way this young guy will get justice. That is just the truth. Because these people behind all these things, they are under one party, one political party. So I think it's high time we start tagging opposition party to it. See, if we can start tagging this Labour Party governorship candidate in Lagos State, he's a young guy. Let's start tagging him to the post. Let's start bringing political legs from other parties. At least, if you promise, if a political person can just frontline and start helping us to seek for over justice, fine. He or she might not be able to win these people, we understand. But at least, if we can attend to this issue politically, I believe justice will be closer to justice. But if
Mm.
not, I'm not sure we can, this boy can get justice, because these people are already handling this issue politically. How can a whole state lie to its citizens on autopsy and all, claiming they took his body to Presbyterian for autopsy, which is it is actually a lie. So it's so embarrassing. It shows there is a political influence in the whole story. So I think we should now start tagging. Since we are bringing the justice for Mohbad to Twitter, it is high time we start tagging profiled politicians in and outside the country to which post we start making. So they can just interfere. Look at this most recent one that is going on in Oyo State too, whereby Oyo government wants to cover up too. So it's high time we start fighting these people with their political standards. People that have won seat for political office in Lagos State. Let us start tagging them. Let them speak up. This I've forgotten his name. Um, this Labour Party guy.
Are you talking about
This
gubernatorial
Baribo,
candidates?
this Labour Party candidate, he's a young energetic guy. Let us start tagging him. Let's tell him, let him speak up. Once the opposition party starts speaking up, they will get scared of their political career. They will do what is right. But if you are just looking at it like this, there is no way we will get justice. That's just my own suggestion.
thank you, Luadam, for your, because the government of the day is a certain party, and maybe if we could tag an opposition party, they start speaking about it. Yeah, fine. But for me, if we want to go political about it, in quote, I would want it to be tabled in the House of Rep or in the Senate. Probably we have people that are representing Ikere Ekiti in the House of Rep, and also definitely one senator representing constituency in the Senate. If they can say that, and if you are talking about this thing, they will make it look like, okay, we've read the reports from Punch newspaper. What is the Lagos? What is the Inspector General of Police doing about this? They call the attention of the Inspector General of Police. They call upon the IPO or the police guys in charge, and they'll bring them down to the Senate or the House of Rep. That I believe, in my own opinion, that would carry more weight than calling or bringing in an opposition um, party member to talk about it. They can talk about it, but I don't think they want to go put. They want to do a protest on that, or they want that they are making things political. They want to hit the polity. People want to feel like, oh, don't, and they will come up about talking about, oh, hijacking the case, just like they said they hijacked the NSAS movement, blah 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 blah. But I would have loved, just like when Senator Abu was at Mohbad's house the other time when he died, and he came there, he can see that these are the people that I can even talk to, but though he's no longer a senator anymore. As at now, we can use some other senators in the house. They can table it in this House of Rep or in the Senate, and say to the House of Rep, the Speaker, Mr. Speaker, we were so this displeasing, blah 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 on the Punch newspaper, and is that you get? They call out the government, they call out the police. They're also government, but they can call out the government, and they can try to investigate for that one. I like the part where you say you should go political, but my own political part of it should be that they should discuss it in the House of Rep, and they bring the police, and so that they can start talking, because they have not been saying anything on these things. They need to be giving us blow by blow account of what has been happening since mobile passed. They only just gave us one police report, one it's not even comprehensive enough. But according to Idowa, he said it's a long conversation, it's a long statement, and it was reading what was reading was nothing to write home about as far as investigating a murder or homicide case is concerned. So for me, thank you for your suggestion. I think we can go that route, but we need to be tactical about it. We won't make it a nonsense like, oh, they want to just like somebody was saying that enter people brought down the forensic and DNA lab in Lagos. They're making they will not make it like political. Oh, these people are this guy that are PDP, this guy that one party, they are Labour Party. We don't want it to be like that, but we can do it tactically, and we can they can raise it in the House of Rep, and we can push that someone representing probably Lekki, someone representing Lekki constituency, I think is from Labour Party. Someone representing Ikorodu, I think is from APC. Someone representing Ikere Ekiti in House of Rep, probably is from APC, I don't know. And also in the Senate as well. Those four people there, they can table this thing in the House of Assembly or National Assembly or in the Senate, and have that kind of discussion. And I think we can push that, and that's fair enough. Thank you so much, Ola Damnola, for your submission. Um,
Thank you so, thank you so much, host. God bless you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Before I continue, this page I just opened this page today because of a lot of things, right? So everybody can. I wanted to go in line with the last speaker, but yesterday we were having a discussion on TikTok, and the conversation too was all about getting somebody who is of importance to lead this cause, in the sense that if we can be able to get somebody who knows somebody that is bigger than somebody, it's much easier if that prominent person could just say, okay, I've been reading in the news, for some times now, what exactly is going on with Mubad case. Just the same thing Bracketed did, we'll be talking, we'll be shouting, we'll be hammering on the same thing. since September, and I think when Brekete spring and come on board, and the case just took a new dimension. All eyes, come on the case, and everybody begin to, okay, what is going on? What is going on? So we need somebody very, in high places, somebody who is so big. It might be in government, it might be a prominent person, it might be an elder statesman, who the government respects so much. I don't know, but if there is any possibility that we can get someone on the team, it's not necessarily that the person has to be in abroad here, but the person might be in Nigeria as well or wherever, that the person can connect Baba, directly to somebody, is to just go table the whole matter. I'm not demanding for much. I'm not demanding for too much. I only wanted to know those who, gang up and find my son, and I want them to be brought to book. It's as simple as ABC. The case might be reopened, and on the second phase is the legal team. A lot of petition needs to be written, probably to the Senate, to the IG, and to a whole lot of people concerning this case, so that they can reopen the case, because a lot of people are wavering away, from the case, and we need them to come back to that case, so that all eyes can be on the case. Then when all eyes are on the case, then the people, because I wouldn't use the word government now. uh Government might not actually be involved, but those who are playing this game might be close to the corridor of power. They might know one on one. You know how that country works. It's all about who know who you know and who I know. So that is the way it goes. So if we can be able to go, I wouldn't go or toy the line of GRV, of Labour Party. I don't want us to politicize the whole thing. This was exactly what I was telling somebody yesterday. It's good to get a prominent figure, but at the same time, we shouldn't, politicize the whole thing, because when we politicize it, we might pollute, the whole thing, and then we turn it against each other. That, okay, these are the people, how these people reason and think. So what I would like just suggest is, because there are so many people who are sitting on the fence and they are supporting justice for Mohbad, they are well-to-do people who know people in high places in Nigeria. When we were discussing this, I made a reference to something that happened when my sister wanted to travel and our passport expired. So we were to go to London from Liverpool to go, renew our passport. But getting there, we were told, okay, there is no booklet. We need to come back to so and so date. So my sister just reflected and said, you know what? I know a man in Abuja. Let me call this person. And I said, okay, go ahead. If it is somebody that could help. And it just she put across to the man. And immediately the man asked us, are we already on National Express or we're still in London? We said, okay, we're still here, but in the next 5 minutes, it's okay, okay. Just don't go anywhere. Go back in there. Go and tell so person that you are from me. And the funniest thing, we got the passport that same day. So this is exactly what I'm talking about. And 3 months after then, some of my friends haven't gotten theirs, and some of our friends too. So sometimes it's all about who you know, who can just speed up, or on a speed dial, what you want. They can just put a cross across and say, you know what is happening about that boy, Promise. Somebody will just ask, sir, is this and this, and okay, you know what, I want you to bring. In fact, I want you to change the case from that jurisdiction, which is Lagos State, bring the whole case down to Abuja. Somebody that can make that call. Somebody can say, you know what, I want everybody in that house to be brought back to Abuja. I want this. There are people in high places who can do this. And we know that there are so many people who know these people, but probably they're just sitting on the fence to see how this thing goes. So we need them to be involved. Don't just sit on the fence and say, oh, let's just see where they are going to take this case to. And that is where now we need to employ everybody, that we need to come together, fashion out a way where things can work to make Ilerioluwa get his justice, because the too many division are not making us to get people involved in some key areas, people who can as well say, you know what, there is somebody that could do this thing for us in here and there, blah blah blah. So we need everybody else to be in one place, so that we can all work together. And I'm using this medium to say this now. If there is anyone who knows anyone who is big in Nigeria, even if it is to take Baba Mohbad there, to appeal to the person, and so that Baba Mubad could talk to the person. Because even I could remember when this minister came on bracketed that Baba Mubad was talking, to the minister, and they were asking him some question, and he was answering, blah blah blah. So I was thinking a lot of things is going to be done. This is exactly where I'm going to. Now, let's assume that there is somebody who is very powerful. At that time, we just say, okay, Baba, we want you to stay over in Abuja for a week or two. So don't worry, we will see to this case, and the person will dedicate his or her time to the case. Someone I know is not more in power. If it is the days of Senator Itagiwa, and don't let us just go there. We're talking about people who are in power now. So if there is any possibility that we know somebody that could just link us to somebody, it will help and it will change the dimension of this case in a very big way. We just need something. It's just like when we're talking about international media now, there is a level it will go to, one or two or three international media getting involved. People don't want these dents. If you understand what I mean, they don't want these dents. So if those people could start, there will be a lot of rush. Like, okay, what is going on? Cannot fair, gone, gone. What do they want? So before you know, a lot of things will happen. And thank God we are here on S now. What S does is that S is like a protest ground. S is like a community ground where everybody cry for help, and everybody hears you. So if we can be doing this 2 or 3 times in a week, and at the same time, we need to start an hashtag where we're going to be tagging everybody, and everybody play along, and we need to bring everybody on board. You understand? This is the real deal. This is the place where everything happens. This is the place they don't want you to talk. TikTokers are doing great, those who are on the course, but at the same time, no matter what we say there, the people who are the hems of affairs believe that it stays there. But you see here, it doesn't stay here. It goes around the world immediately in real time. So they don't want you to talk here. If so, if there is any possibility we can mobilize everybody over there, just open. Like I said, this one, I just opened this one today. I have more than
Hi,
50 accounts.
sorry,
Yeah.
supervisor, just to interject. Just so you know, we've been here for months now. If you actually go on our page, we've grown. We have like over like 500 followers, so we are active. We have, we voiced our, this app X to people on TikTok constantly. So it's not new. The conversation has been
Don't
going.
get me
We've been
don't
consistent.
don't get my word twisted. I'm not saying it's new. What I'm saying is that together we ride together. So what I mean is that I saw the followers. I know what I'm talking about. So it's like when we mobilize others, when we tell all the host, tell your people. In fact, let it be a topic for a whole day. I want you straight up now. Everybody go and open S, go and open this, go. Then we mobilize them the same way everybody will be on that S, and I mean be on TikTok and they are here. That's what I'm talking about. So imagine we have let's just say for example 5,000 followers on the host, on everybody all together, and you know what? Per day we additional, let's say 2020 tweets on something that has to do with mohbad. That is a lot, in case you don't know. You understand? So that is exactly what I'm talking about. I'm not saying the
No,
Olaide
we
has not
have
been doing a
we've
human's
engaged with
job.
the. Sorry, just to say something. We've engaged with the O's constantly, and it's a choice. If they want to come over, that's up to them. If they don't want to come over, me and Olaide will continue doing what we do, and that's what we've been
That is
doing.
it.
So
That is
yeah.
exactly the points. Hold on. That is exactly the point I'm making that you are not getting. Uh, I did something for Mubad here myself after the birthday. When I said on the birthday didn't trend, and I think Mr. Olaide is aware of that. When I came back on TikTok and I said, okay, first time Mubad tried on number one due to one or two things. You understand? So, but what I'm saying in essence is this: we shouldn't say because if they don't want to come, we should just leave them. It's by choice. We need to try and convince them. This is exactly what has been going on with this J4M. We need to find, a way of convincing people that see, if we do this, it's going to help. It's not just by analyzing and talking and talking and talking every. We'll be talking for 8, 9 months here. So we're just taking over a new leaf. So if there is a way you people can please do this for mobile, you're not doing it for anybody. So that is just where I'm coming from. Don't let us use the language that, oh, if they don't want to come, don't let them come. No. Let's appeal to them, let's talk to them, let's engage them. So probably they might change their mind and a lot of them will move over. It doesn't cost them anything. You understand? So that is the part I'm going to. Ẹ jẹ́ ká máa ní sùúrù, ká ṣe ní díẹ̀ díẹ̀. Thank you, Mr. Olaide, for the great job you're doing, and thank you, MS Fisayo. I appreciate you both, and I appreciate everybody here. Ayanfe, I see you, and Okiki, I see you, Shell, Mr. Oladimeji, I see you too. Agbagurezi, I see you, Baba. So let me leave the floor for Mr. Guresi to speak. Thank you very much, everybody.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I thank you for your submission. We'll take on board what you just said. Just know that our videos, our live, it's been streamed more than we have over 2.1K followers. I mean, viewers. The people do come. Surprisingly, they do. So we are getting there. I'm gonna keep saying it. Rome was not built in a day, and we appreciate you for coming on X. The more people, the better. So me and Lydia are definitely gonna take on what you said and work on it. Yeah. So I don't know what happened, Mr. Grexy. I don't know if it's his network, but if anyone else or Lydia, do you have anything to
Mr.
say?
Oladimeji, no, it's Oladimeji. Are you sit there, please?
Very much, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you have the floor. Thank you.
Okay, yeah. Greetings to everyone. No matter anywhere you're streaming from. And then thank you so much for bringing justice for to this platform. If this is a very big platform that is well or universally accepted, kudos to you guys. Quickly, you've make mention of something unique this afternoon, which is someone who knows someone that can make someone at that top listen to what is going on about justice for Mohbad. Yeah, I still have a belief that we can still get justice in Nigeria in a big form. And it's not everybody or all the Nigerian are corrupted or they are not ready to listen to justice for Mohbad. I know there are some people who can still like, okay, what are these people? What are they even saying? Let me hear them out. I have that strong belief. But the challenge is with the power that we have in Nigeria, on which percentage can we achieve this without heading back, without holding anything back? That is one thing that I want us to reason about. Then, secondly, yeah, I think with this punch report that we have here, this is a world thing, and for over 48 hours now, I don't think the organization has come forward to like, oh, the punch has lied against us. I don't think so. So it means that for Lagos State government to lie at this level to the citizen is something that an higher authority have to really or seriously look into and take some things into action. If we still have at least a little word of sympathy and empathy in the mind of the authority in Nigeria. Then the last one that will make mention of this is we justice for Mohbad. Please, we should not get tired. It may be difficult. It may be challenging. Some people have been arrested because of justice for Mohbad. On which level? At which level? What led to what? It's something that can make anybody to pack out from justice for Mohbad. But please, please, and please, let's keep moving forward. Let us do our analysis based on evidence. Let's keep doing things according to law. And last but not the least is this. I think it's high time that Nigerian authority to stand to their responsibility. If Nigerian youth have taken the street, they would have said something different. If NSACs have teach us a lesson of being intellectual, of doing things according to law, then the government should stand up to their responsibility. Not for them to come to us with some fake information or with uncertain information coming to the public. It is highly barbaric, it is highly unwelcome, it is totally unacceptable, not only to Nigerians, but to the world. They should look into this and know that there is a repercussion for all these things. The Nigerians are watching, diasporas are watching, and the world is watching them. That's my submission for now.
Thank you so much, Oladimiji, for your time. Uh, yeah. Based on again, I want to go back to when Supervisor was talking about X. For some people, X might be kind of complicated for some people to use, and it's not that unlike the app they are used to. For some of us, it's very easy for you to use. So we are familiar with your stuff about X, and then we've been doing our best. Every time the likes of Umi say something, um, I try as much as possible to post something to do my, and this for my own, for my, because anything I post at least is reflect on what most of us say on TikTok. Not that is a personal write up that I do, or trying to trying to like trying to say things for my own personal stuff, because I try to write things like the TVC ladies. I would at them, and Benjamin Dane, even Punch, even the media as a whole. Few days ago, I wrote something like that. They've not been doing their job as the fourth estate of the realm. You get, and we'll continue to do that. I think the followers has grown like from zero follower to 400, over 400 now. So we are doing our best. And most of if you go check the past live we've done, you see like over 2,000 people came back to come and listen to it. Like some of those other people want to come and listen to what we say, and we are doing well. And it get better. We've tried our process to promote it, and let's just try to continue to do that and come here. As you said, 3 times in a week, we try to add one or 2 days to it. I'm going to go on Instagram as well. And then we are looking for someone that can able to do that. For me, it might be very difficult for me to go on IG and to host live, but I think I'm very familiar with X, so and I'll be doing gladly that. Please, before we bring Mr. Gregson on, I would like to read. There's something on in front of our screen right now. It is called Jumbotron on X. Like I'm sharing so many things that we can see. We can go back to it. Like what his name is Fumilayo anyway, but his handle is our favorite online dog, and he posted something, and I would like to read to people to hear. Like he said, a 27-year-old rising star died in very suspicious circumstances that were very speculative of organized murder. An autopsy was never done, even though his body was exhumed to please the public. A toxicology was never done, even though authorities lied they sent samples to the USA. Now the US lab has confirmed it was all lies. The entire narrative about his death moved from a focus on murder to claims of paternity fraud. When they successfully ruined the focus of the public, they slowly confirmed no autopsy was done and no toxicology done either. Meaning these killers who are already walking free will certainly continue to walk free and nothing will happen. Whatever you do in this life, he's not warning us, he's not giving us an advice. He said, whatever you do in this life, please don't die in Nigeria and expect justice. It is a land that killed its own. swallows the corpse, covers the murderers, and denies the victim of any justice. If you never knew this, now you do. I repeat, whatever you do in this life, please don't die in Nigeria and expect justice. It is a land that kills its own, swallows the corpse, covers the murderers, and denies the victim of any justice. If you never knew this, now you do. When I saw it, it was I read it again all over again, and in my head I was like, okay, yeah. He was trying to let the government know, and which is part of the topic we're talking about today. Like the Lagos State government and the police have been lying to us all this while, and people like this need to talk more. I actually tagged him to this live so that I can also come up, but because he's a doctor in the UK, and we want more people to come. I tag him that he needs to come here because even Dr. Kemi Lawyer, I tried to tag him one time that we normally host, even very dark man at the point. I've done that, always tag them in some of the posts that we put here. And look at what Dr. Fumilayo was saying that you can't get justice. But for some of us, we believe we are going to get justice from Mohbad. If we keep talking, keep strategizing, and also what Damilola and also what Supervisor was saying that we need to engage some big people so that they can help us. And I want to believe for on this case.
Sorry, Mr. Laide. I like your engagement with the Dr. Olufumilayo. I like the way you engage him. Please continue. I saw that earlier.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. So let's just continue to um, do our best. It's not like it's a job for us, but it still needs to come and try to set the narrative. Like we are not here to come. We are not joking on these things. We are not joking here. We are passionate, and people are saying they are tired. So many people have engaged me and say, Olaide, I don't tire. I need to back out. Like even me myself, but I can't. Like I feel like the guy just come my gym every night and say, "Guy, no, don't do this. Do it for for, for me, and I need to get justice. Even though I can't come back, but we need to get justice for my bad." And we plead and we are begging the media, please do your job as the fourth estate of the realm. Please do your job. Help us to unravel this thing. You can do it. Investigate. We have so many investigative journalists in Nigeria. They need to do their job. We citizens, we are just here, we are just doing our own best. They need to do something. Yeah, thank you so much. Mr. Grexy, you have the floor.
Yeah. Well, good day, everyone. And I am happy with the trend and the way it's been going on X by your effort and the co-host with people who are regular on this platform. Despite the fact that I will, I always want to join, but the time and probably notification don't get to me on time or I don't see it on time. But be as it may, a lot have been said. We've all, assuming we've been following our talk with actions, it would have been, we would have gone way far. But we always talk, and talk with less action. Not that we are not acting, we're acting, but with less action. Uh, Let me start with this. I love my brother that said, let our analysis based on evidence. Don't let us, uh, I'm using that as an advice first. Don't let us talk out of evidence because we've got a lot of evidences. Let's strike and hammer on these evidences that we have. We've got a lot of evidences that can be our strength to nail whoever that we're suspecting or who has compromised and whoever. We have a lot of evidences and references. Let's make use of them, not hearsay or cooked stories. I love each and everyone's contributions. But there is one thing I want to say. If we really understand the perspective of this fight, or let me say struggle for justice, it is a class struggle. We have tried to reach out to people, but what do you get out of them? You see, the elite is a class, the masses is another class. It's like the elite dealing with the masses. The elite has their own caucus, be it whichever party, whichever tribe, or which face they carry. They have their own class. Even if you try to seek the assistance or the support or sympathy of one of them, no matter what, he is going to defend the interest of that class, leaving the masses to suffer. We are the masses. The people we are contending with are the elite. It is a class struggle. A class struggle in the sense that even we have reached out to even kings. We've reached out to several politicians. But what comes out of it? We have reached out to top shots in the police, in the Nigerian police retired. But what do we get? But one thing that is very sure and certain is that whether they like it or not, we will get this justice. Whether they like it or not, we will get this justice. God is fighting our battle. God is with us. They thought they were going to deceive us with the whatever result they brought. And you saw the way probably that one was acting the script given to her. Immediately they released that result, cause of death cannot be ascertained. He was quick to rush to the media, start crying, "Hey, Baba is disrupted though. It's now time for government to release the body. Let us go and bury the corpse." I just laugh. I just laugh. Every of her action shows and signifies that truly she knows a lot, as she has attested to it. She knows a real lot. They read a report, pathological report, I mean, an autopsy report of your husband, of your late husband, in quote, husband in quote. They read it 24 hours later. You had to rush out and start blaming. You did not even fault the result. You did not allow your lawyer to scrutinize the result or verify if truly the result was real or not. You quickly rushed to the media and started saying all sorts. It's because what they have told her to do. Uh, I would not want us, as a supervisor said, politics or not politics, it all depends on the meaning we give to it. I don't want us to politicize this thing, because if you politicize it, that's the end of the struggle. That is the end. Look at one thing happened in uh, I think Imo Imo State. I think Imo State. When the labor union went there during the governorship campaign, whatever gubernatorial campaign, the labor union was like trying to question the sitting governor that you've not paid salary. Look at this, look at that. They tried to like, but because while he was doing that, he had some he was seen in company of a political party. They were quick to beat and arrest and detain him for this, just because he could not differentiate, he could not separate is the workers action from political moves. So if any move by us to try to allow or create a kind of oppositional party fight in this case, it's going to kill what we have been laboring for days. Leave Labour, leave PDP, leave APC. All we want is that we want justice from Nigerian government. If Lagos State cannot give us, we call on the federal government. And to the best of my knowledge, the majority leader in the Senate covers Ikele Ekiti, the senatorial district of Ikele Ekiti is under the senatorial district of the majority leader, Bamidele, Senator Bamidele,
Opeyemi Bamidele.
Opeyemi Bamidele, yeah. So we should write a position paper, as in write a letter stating our position, because this boy is from your senatorial district. The father is from your senatorial district. He is known. Aloba is a known family in Ikele Ekiti. So if we are fighting the Lagos State government, such a person, if he's being held rightly and properly, I think tabling our matter, even without, it's just to table it. It's the same person that tabled the national anthem that has become so confusing. Within a week, that thing scaled through the floor of the house, and it became a law. The president was quick to even sign it. So if we can write a letter to Senator Opeyemi Bamidele, a strong politician in the APC, let us go in the way of the law. The law. Let us use the law to intimidate them. Let us use the law to let them do the right thing. We have law in Nigeria, only that when they want to deal with the poor, there is an aspect they activate. When the rich want to defend himself, or when the political class want to defend themselves, they have a portion or a section of the constitution they will uphold. But all these are in the constitution. So we need to hold them by the jugular and force them to act rightly. We can write, okay, on this, on this, on this, and the paper will be presented to him either in Ekiti or in Abuja, his office. If it's DHL or FedEx or whatever, they will take it there. We have an acknowledgement copy that it was delivered. Let us look at what we can do, even without the help of whoever that will tell us we are coming. Let me say this. I'm sorry to say this. When Arifa was detained, he reached out to so many people to help him intercede and beg. All they said, don't worry, we'll do it, we'll call you. As in using friends of, as in close associate of the person that wrote petition against him. Yet nothing good came out of it. At the end of the day, he was charged to court. And now you can see they have granted them bail for almost 3 weeks now. The bail condition have been met, yet release paper has not been signed. And on Tuesday is the adjourned date for the case. So we don't know if a miracle will happen on Monday or they will be coming from, they call it correctional center, from the prison down to the court on Tuesday. If a miracle of release do not happen, if it doesn't happen by Monday. So why I'm saying all this is that don't let us look at one big man somewhere, or let's categorize all of them as one. Do you think they don't know each other? Do you think they are so dumb and deaf not to have heard our cry? If truly, look at it now, for example, one, Mr. Ibu died. The president was quick to send condolence. Sisi Quadri died. Less than 24 hours. The president rushed and was quick to send his condolence. But Mohbad died. Ever since, there has never been anything coming from the federal government of Nigeria.
Gracie,
No condolence,
Gracie, please.
no official
Gracie,
statement.
Gracie, I'm very
Yeah,
sorry for interjecting. Please. I just made a post right now. I just tagged the senator. His nickname is MOB.
MOB, yeah.
MOB. So his handle is MOB underscore SEN underscore leader. Please, I just engage him right now. Please, kindly reply that post, retweet so that I can see it, so that I can later listen to this live. Please reply. I've said, this is my post. I said, hello, sir, MOB Senator Leader. Your attention urgently needed. We are discussing the tragic demise of one of your constituents, Ileoluwa Aloba, also known as Mohbad, who has yet to receive justice. This matter must be addressed in the Senate, sir. Justice for Mohbad. Please kindly help to retweet, repost, and also reply on this, and also appeal to him as well to have something to say about this. Thank you, Grace. You can go ahead. Thank you.
Okay. So as I was saying, that's a very good way to reach out. If we do it 2-3 times, they won't say we've not reached out to them. You see, going to beg and trying to reach out or send people is not as effective as using this such a platform like Twitter. Because if they don't, people sending it to them, tagging them, or hashtagging anything to them, hundreds of thousands of people are reading it, and they know that they told this man, what has he done? He's not doing anything now. Even people outside the country, they will see it and they will be like, is this how the major and as the majority leader of the Senate, who is next to the Senate president? If you don't know, forget deputy Senate president. The majority leader has more influence than any of the senator, apart from the Senate president. So if we can engage him and make him to use his office to table that matter, let it just be tabled at the floor of the Senate for once. For once. For once. And you can see the way we've been doing. There's a guy that was killed in Rivers State. I saw the father asking for he want justice for his son. Because he saw the way Baba Mohbad has been doing. So he also is now demanding justice. Now tell me why we will not get justice if we don't relent. It's a must. We shouldn't get tired, we shouldn't get weary. Let us be proactive. Let us be proactive. We need us to double our effort. We need us to triple our effort so that the justice may not tarry. It is certain we'll get it. If we slow our pace, it may tarry. But if we move on a very high velocity, we'll get it even very snappily. So I implore everyone, all hands must be on deck. Anywhere you can reach out to. What I believe in is agitation. Let's agitate for justice. Let us agitate. We won't beg them, because uh, 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 we are not trying to buy it, or we are not trying to let them see it as something they must pity us. No, it is our right to get justice for Mohbad. It is our right. We must agitate. We must tell them. And the reports they brought really expose the kind of leaders we have in Nigeria. It has exposed the kind of. There is one clause in that report, in that Punch publication, that when they reach out to the commissioner of information, whose primary function is to disseminate information, dissemination of information, and under oath, you are to disseminate verified and right information to the public, because whatever you say carries weight. Whatever you say is binding and must be seen as word of authority. When the Punch reporter, as in the Punch, tried to reach out to him, he said, "That is what I was told by the DNA and forensic department." You were told, you didn't verify. So that means all the information you have been given under this government has not been verified. It it has not been verified. If, as in, we in Nigeria might not know the 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 gravity of such blunder, but if it's done by an information minister in the UK or in the US, my brother, my sisters, what do you think will happen to such a person? What do you think will happen to such government that is disseminating giving false information? I think we this government has really failed the people. This government has really they've not the Lagos State government under the leadership of Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu has not portrayed Lagos State as a state we used to be proud of. Though there is still room for amendment and correction. No. If we know they cannot apologize, but they need to do they need to do whatever they've been doing, do it properly. And probably if there is a reversal, if there is a revisit, at least they can do it just to save their head, just to, like, at least make their name sound a bit better. A bit better. Because I try to imagine how a state government could have used its machineries to deceive the populace. We're coming, we're coming. And let me give you this information. Let me give you this information. I heard it from a source, that when Brekete called the commissioner of information, that he only told Brekete 11 weeks that the result was ready. That the result was ready. It was then God. I'm talking of where, even before this result came out. When I heard it, I said, well, can you see? See our life, see our country, see our nation. What will be the hope and the future of the coming generation if the standard we are setting, if what we are trying to sell out are lies upon lies? Do you think everything will just change overnight? No, it can't change overnight. It is a legacy that they leave. The legacy we leave will be built upon. If we are living legacy of lies, the next generation will build a mansion of lies. and we are making our country to look as if we're differently created. Somebody was comparing Benin Republic to Nigeria. That, what's wrong with with the government of Nigeria? That if it is even Benin Republic, their own country, their own country, they wouldn't even handle such 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 a critical matter of mohbad the way the Lagos state and Nigerian government is handling it. And I use this opportunity to call on them to please, in the name of peace, trust, and justice, do the right thing so that the justice we crave for, the justice we are hungry for, the justice we are shouting for, we can get it as soon as possible. It's done on it. I'm sure it's done on them that at least Yoruba people will say, "Afẹ́fẹ́ ti fẹ́ àti rí fùrọ̀ adìẹ." The breeze has blown and we have seen the anus of a fowl. So it should now be done on them that everybody is aware that they have been lying to us. So is either they continue to lie or they do they do a reversal and try to change the narrative by doing what is right. For Mobad, we stand on justice, and before anybody can tell us anything, burial of Mobad, we must get this justice. I rest my case. Thank you.
Something new, and we may end that rumor, but I think you're saying from a confirmed source. Uh, well, that is that's a matter for another day, but we can still have that discussion today, because Benga Motosho, Commissioner of Information, Lagos State, he had to call back and he was briefed, which is why I was telling Allegra, I think Allegra is there. I was telling her that I totally disagree. We are about if Benga Motosho was saying that Pennsylvania stuff. Uh, in quotes, I'm quoting Allegra now saying hearsay, and each talk is also here, and we both disagree. We are saying because Commissioner of Information, Lagos State, is the spokesman in Nigeria. In Nigeria, most of these governors, senators, president, they always speak through the spokesperson, and sometimes Commissioner or Minister of Information. Once the Minister of Information is speaking, he's speaking for the federal government of Nigeria. He's speaking for Nigeria. Once the Commissioner of Information of any state in Nigeria speaks, is speaking for that state. And that's why we are saying Lagos State government and the Nigerian police has failed thus far on this justice. And it's ridiculous that they released a statement, they released a result. Punch publication came out 2-3 days ago. No press release from the Nigerian police, no press release from Lagos State government, also no outrage from the other media outlets. We expect them to have gone deep to investigate this. They should have done the investigation long time ago when they first heard about them taking the autopsy toxicology specimen to the US in November. We missed that. I missed that. It was kudos to ordinary Senator Ish, who was reading that part 3 days ago on his TikTok live, that they even told us that they've started doing the toxicology in November, and they reach out to them, ordinary president, ordinary president Hamed Issa, called the Nigerian police and also Lagos State government, and they told us that we should give them 10 weeks. That was in February, until 2-3 weeks ago, they read out an inconclusive toxicology report, which they started doing in October and last year. So we should not keep quiet on this. This is damning. This is unacceptable. That taking us a full. I'll say we've invested our brain, invested our hands, our eyes, everything on this justice. And this is not the time for us to back out. Yeah, it can be draining, and we just need to do the needful by using social media. If the traditional media, they are not doing anything, we have the power of social media. You just need to have data on our phone and start tweeting, start posting on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, any avenue, even WhatsApp, so that even your family member and friends can see that you are talking about justice for Mohbad, and we won't keep quiet. Baba Mba will not be silent. Nobody will silence him. If he's silent, we will talk. If he's not talking, he must talk. He must talk. The time of being in quote gentle has to stop. He should not be gentle at this point in time. They are trying to cheat him. I will not allow that to happen. This will not continue in our society. We will not allow that. We pay taxes in Lagos State, and even in Nigeria at large, and we are not asking for too much.
Eh,
Papa Mohbad is
hello,
not. Yeah.
hello, lady.
Yes. Great.
Yeah, please. I want to add this. Please, as you have tagged Senator Okoyemi Bamidele, please, the honorable representing the represent the National Assembly honorable representing
Yes.
as in the constituency that covers Ikere. His name is Adeniyi Rufus Ojuawo
Okay.
or Ojuawo.
Okay.
Ojuawo. So tag him as well.
Okay.
Let them know what we are facing, and let them know is either they do it or
We go
we
by the
keep
ballot.
calling them out.
Yeah.
We keep calling them out.
Yeah.
Is either they act down or we keep calling them out. The honorable representing that constituency, because Baba
Ojuawo.
Mohbad and Mohbad is is from Ekiti,
Mm.
and that is where they forget where they live. What Nigeria believes in is state of origin.
Of course.
There is no place of birth or whatever in anybody's status in Nigeria.
Yeah.
It's your state of origin.
Origin, yeah.
So the origin of Mohbad and Baba Mohbad is the Ekiti. So we need them to join this struggle. We need them to join this fight. We need their voice to help us advertise this case at the National Assembly. Let it be publicized. Let them table it and see the reaction of the National Assembly, so that we know if we are going to start calling for the National Assembly to be completely scrapped. If the citizens are faced with this kind of situation and they cannot use the machineries, as in they cannot use the apparatus designed for our own well-being for us, and they want us to continue crying, shouting, weeping, nagging, please and please, we can start calling that the National Assembly should be scrapped if they serve no purpose. But on this case, I want to believe if we can reach out to them, if it's just once, let it be deliberated, debated at the floor of the National Assembly. I know a lot of northern senators are just waiting for this thing to be tabled, because they can't table it, they can't bring it forward. It's like what is not within their constituency. They have their own peculiar problem within their own constituency and their own district. So if one who is directly concerned can table it before the National Assembly, they will jump in and deliberate on it.
And
Please
someone
and
else
please,
talk
all we
oh,
need
because
is
I
we
have
need
to
to
go.
cry, we need to keep calling them. We need to keep calling them out. Like seriously. It's so sad that we are doing this because we want justice, something we don't need. Even in the first place, should Baba Mubad has would Baba Mubad did Baba Mubad need to go to Berekete before we can get justice? If we're in a country that everything that works, we don't need any noise. We don't need to start struggling to get justice. Could later you now. Floyd was killed in America. As in, it didn't take them days before
Someone
they
else want
arrested
to talk oh,
the
Mr.
cop.
Guresi. You have round off your submission
And
before.
within
Let it go
Within a
round.
space of few days, it was
Grexy,
charged to court.
Grexy, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Other people want to speak, please. Yours. Yeah. Yikemi. Yikemi has been here. She's been here for long, so let her speak, and we'll bring you back.
Hello,
Thank you.
hello everyone. Good evening from where I'm speaking from. I'm by name Comrade Rabia Tienka, a one-time nurse, that is the National Nigerian Student, gender 2010 to 2013. The present, the present country representative for Pan-African Female Youth Leaders, PANIFEL. I'm privileged to be part of this great movement, and to the honor and the glory of God, justice will be served. To the previous discussion based on what Gorexy, Vibe, and our host has been saying, I want to happily announce to everybody here that we have been working on taking this case to the government. I particularly have put in some strings on play to reach out to the president himself via the youth and student movement umbrella. And I'm also doing this as a movement for mothers. So we are launching a 3 days protest, a peaceful walk for mothers in FCT for mohbad justice cause, which will take place in few weeks from now. Specific dates will be announced maybe 3 days to the event for security purposes. Um, I want to say something concerning this yesterday's release by the Punch newspaper. It is a slap to my own dear country that we are passing through this kind of calamity, because I call this calamity. Calamity in the sense that a lot of things have gone wrong. Is it the part of economy? Is it the part of masses? How do we survive as individuals in this country? Bringing it back to the life of our children. How are our children surviving? How have they coping? Once you don't have money, you don't have a voice in this country. They started by enslaving our youth, turning them into talks, political talks. That's not enough. They took it to the level of selling us out to make money. That is the sex slave. Bringing it back to what is happening in the industry in Nigeria today. A lot of upcoming artists are scared to go into the industry because there is fear of industrial God, as said by the wife of the late mohbad. I want to use this opportunity to talk to those that are in government, that are privileged to be part of this great meeting today, that we are bringing mohbad justice movement to your doorstep. It's high time the government policies get involved, because they've been playing politics with us for the past few months. It has always been a political shenanigans. So it's time for us to take it down to their doorstep, that we are the youth. There was a song we sang those days when I was little in school. They said, "We are the leaders of tomorrow." Was that a scam? Was that music a way of calming our parents? Why not give we the youth a voice, a listening ear for our voice to be heard? So, Mr. President, member of the assembly, either nurse or rep, expect the youth of Nigeria, expect the mothers of Nigeria in your doorstep soon enough. Enough is enough. The death of our children, the killing of our youth, the fear of industrial God, both for political gods, enough is enough. We want a better Nigeria. A Nigeria where you can travel for 10 years and know that your children and family are safe. We want a better Nigeria, a country where you can take your 10 naira to the market and you will come home with a full bag of food stuff. That is the Nigeria we want. We are applauding, we are begging via your capacity, your office, your power, to please look down and listen to the voice of the youth that you claim we are the future of tomorrow, the leaders of tomorrow. The police has failed us. The government are beginning to fail us because we trusted in you people. We trusted and we believed that the country would get better by the office of our dearest Mr. President, Baba Tinubu. We trusted your judgment, your government. But you are beginning to turn deaf ears to us, which single-handedly means that you are not taking responsibility as a president. So we are coming to your doorstep, Mr. President, with all due respect. We want a press briefing. If we want to hear from you as the president. We want to hear from you as a Senate president. We want to hear from you as a Speaker, House of Representatives. Mohbad is human. We are human. We are mothers. Today is Mohbad. Tomorrow, who is next? It may be your child. It may be my child. It may be our children. So the better we resolve Mohbad case and put an end to this killing in the industry, the better it will be for our own children. Your own children, Mr. President. May God bless Nigeria. May God bless everybody on this platform. I am so happy to be part of this great movement. So is every mother and father here. May Mohbad get justice. Thank you, everybody. I rest my case.